the moment an FPV drone collided with a Russian military vehicle. Fortunately, all the soldiers managed to escape in time and no one was injured. Operators carrying Lancet patrol ammunition belonging to the Vostok military group struck a Ukrainian armed forces YPR 765A1 armored personnel carrier in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The destruction of the armored vehicle has been objectively confirmed.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
Destruction of a temporary deployment point belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces using a FAB-500 air bomb equipped with a guided missile system in the Reznikovka region. And the destruction of a temporary deployment point belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kucherska region of the Kharkiv region using an X-39 missile. Konstantinovka direction. The Russian operator destroyed ammunition belonging to Ukrainian forces in the open. Shortly after the munitions, another drone struck the shelter where Ukrainian soldiers were located. The soldiers realized their position had been exposed and fled in panic to quickly change positions. One soldier was found wandering between buildings, and the shelter where he was hiding was destroyed. Another Ukrainian soldier was spotted running between trees, and the chase did not last long. Another soldier was found hiding in the bushes. Another Ukrainian soldier was spotted running to hide in the ruins of buildings. The shelter he was hiding in was destroyed. And in the footage, all the soldiers in the first shelter that was destroyed were discovered one by one. The Russian drone operators did what they had to do. Pickup trucks and armored personnel carriers that came to evacuate the soldiers were destroyed in the attacks. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Archival footage from the 143rd Guards Regiment in the direction of South Donetsk. The sniper took on the role of an anti-aircraft system and shot down 2 Baba Yagas. Everything unfolded according to the classic scenario.
Yes!
Near the village of Andreevka in the Chernihiv region, a mobile ELR 55303 radar station was detected and destroyed by the Lancet unit affiliated with the Rubicon Center. Target control confirmed the destruction. A Sever Group fiber optic kamikaze drone operator caused fire damage to a shelter housing Ukrainian armed forces personnel in the border region of the Kharkiv region. A A 155mm American M109 self-propelled howitzer belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces is under attack in the Dnipropetrovsk region by radio-controlled fiber-optic FPV UAVs and Lancet cruise munitions belonging to the Vostok Group. A tank belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces was detected and destroyed by VT-40 FPV UAVs in the Grishino area northwest of Pokrovsk. Garan-2 UAVs struck launch and storage facilities belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces near the city of Kirovo. A soldier of the Russian armed forces walked alone to the stronghold of the Ukrainian armed forces and threw an anti-tank mine. With a powerful explosion, the fortress blew up. The Russian soldier confidently walked off into the sunset alone. Russian reconnaissance drones detected the movement of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Krasnoarmyskoye direction. Then the fiber-optic drones, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, launched successive attacks. Wherever the infantrymen went, Russian drones tracked their movement. They reported coordinates to the fiber-optic drones. In this direction, fiber-optic drones are constantly flying in the sky. The infantrymen were subjected to intense artillery attacks in the open terrain and eventually visited by their fiber-optic drones. The armored vehicle trying to evacuate the infantry was destroyed by VT-40 drones in successive strikes. The moment a Russian Lancet barrage hit a Ukrainian BMP on the move. The BMP suffered little damage as the drone hit the ground. In the morning, the Ukrainian UAV launched heavy strikes on the Ivanovo region. The first attack took place at 3 a.m., while the second attack took place at 8:30 a.m. Aircraft-type drone strikes took place in the area where civilians were. This is how the whole thing was caught on camera. A soldier engages an FPV drone at very close range. A Ukrainian FPV drone missed a Russian Ural truck. Thinking that there would be another drone attack, Russian soldiers quickly got out of the truck and stood ready for a possible attack. After it became clear that there would not be another attack, they continued on their way. Russian soldier destroys Ukrainian UAV with 12 caliber small arms. The images show the final stage of a unique operation to destroy a highway bridge over the river Sayol on the eastern outskirts of Velika Rybitsia, Sumy region. The destruction of several spans of this bridge disrupted an important logistics route and reduced the rate of transfer of reserves of the armed forces of Ukraine in the direction of Demidovka. Russian reconnaissance drone operators revealed the reinforcement group of the Ukrainian armed forces. After precisely calculating the coordinates, the aircraft-type UAV was activated and dealt a hard blow to the position. The position and equipment were destroyed. This is how a soldier of the Russian armed forces blew up a bunker of the Ukrainian armed forces using an anti-tank mine in the Pokrovsk direction. Near Pavlivka in Sumy region, the Ukrainian armed forces tried to use a bridge-laying machine to pave the way for their equipment to attack the settlement of Novi Put. Russian drones destroyed an engineering vehicle of the armed forces of Ukraine, disrupting the plan of the Ukrainian armed forces. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. The Russian UAV reconnaissance unit uncovered a mortar position of the Ukrainian armed forces in the direction of Sumy. The crew realized that they were being tracked by Russian drones, camouflaged the mortar position, and disappeared. Pokrovsk direction. Russian fiber optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod destroyed a tank. M109 Paladin self-propelled howitzer Humvee PBV-302 of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. These expensive pieces of equipment, parked and camouflaged, were issued traffic tickets. Each of them is now a pile of scrap. In the Kharkiv region, the British howitzer L-119 was carefully hidden in a private house. No matter how much Ukrainian soldiers camouflaged it, a Russian reconnaissance drone revealed the position. It was then blown up by Russian Lancet and FPV drones. The position was destroyed. A large column of ATVs of the Ukrainian armed forces was advancing in an open field. I think it is a mistake of military strategy to advance in such large numbers because it makes them easy to spot and it makes them an easy target. A bunker of the Ukrainian armed forces appeared in the direction of Zaporizhzhia. Then Russian attack FPV drones were activated and the bunker was destroyed as a result of successive strikes. Sumy direction. Marines of the 117th Independent Guards Marine Regiment are destroying positions and equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine with drone strikes in the village of Myropilya. The settlement is no more than 3 kilometers from Russia.
Или дай мне что-то.
Russian reconnaissance drone operators detected a bunker of 6 members of the Ukrainian armed forces. Then the attack FPV drones of the Dnipro-affiliated troops destroyed the bunker. Dnipropetrovsk region. A reconnaissance drone belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces was detected in the air and destroyed by a fiber optic drone. Subsequently, the command center of the Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV Control Center was destroyed by Russian fiber optic drones. An American-made International Max Pro armored vehicle used by the Ukrainian Armed Forces was destroyed by several accurate strikes from a Russian fiber optic drone named Novgorod Prensy Vandal, Donetsk region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces reported that a missile attack was carried out by the Iskander-M mobile missile system on a drone control center located at an airfield in the Kharkiv region. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Following the liberation of the small border village of Konstantinovka by the Severians, clashes broke out in the vicinity of the neighboring village of Kondratovka. Footage obtained from objective sources shows Russian FPV drone operators targeting soldiers of the 103rd Regional Defense Brigade who were attempting to take cover inside a residential building. Russian fiber optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod destroyed D-31 22mm howitzer and two S-1 Gvozdika self-propelled howitzer. In this video, you can see that the artillery of the Ukrainian armed forces in this direction suffered heavy losses. Artillery units are especially good at destroying strongholds, because artillery can sometimes destroy with a single shot where drones cannot destroy. Although we often see drone attacks in the videos, I think tanks and artillery still have an important place in modern warfare. Krasnokamensk direction. Russian artillery destroyed a 152mm Akatsiya self-propelled howitzer of the Ukrainian armed forces. Artillery units are fighting against other artillery units.